Hello everyone, Lawrence from Unicorn Reviews here at Sim Racing Expo 2023. This is a Sim Racing Expo in Dortmund, Germany. We're starting off at the Sim Rep booth. These guys will sell you LEDs, rotaries, buttons, and full-on steering wheels. So you can either use their products to make your own wheels or buy something like the P9XX, which is an amazing prototype or F1-like steering wheel, mostly a prototype wheel. This is more F1-like. They also have this little display, which actually is affordable. The other stuff is pretty expensive, but this is like proper high-end stuff, so I don't blame their pricing model. Moving on to the Venom booth, they figured out that you can actually put countries' flags on pedals. Joking aside, I really like the little buckets for your heels to go in because I often find myself losing the position for my brake foot. So that's, could be cool to have those little buckets on my pedals as well. They also have like a proper race car on their booth. There were a lot of cars at this event actually. Here's their pedals in action. I couldn't really get a good video of someone else driving because, well, privacy reasons. Moving on, this is Coffee Racer. This is actually something that looks silly at first but makes a whole lot of sense. It's like a coffee table, but inside the coffee table is a folded up sim rig, and I gave it a go. It's actually quite nice to drive in a desk chair because there's a little hook, and so your chair doesn't rotate or move backwards as you brake. The whole setup is very customizable, it seems, when it comes to angles and distances, and it's quite sturdy. Even trying it with the Simucube wheel, nothing moved. There wasn't any noticeable flex, so this is actually really nice stuff. More actual real-life cars here at the booth. I tried to film a little bit of everything, so excuse that. I would love myself a Radical. I've driven more kilometers in a Radical in video games than any other car, so yeah, I'd love that. PXN was at the booth as well. They have their current portfolio, but also some nice prototype stuff which should come out later. I actually really like the idea of PXN making higher end products because it should actually get the price down. Sensit is another company. They actually work together with Sable to create racing seats that look normal, but as you can see from the two tubes going in, there's vibration haptic feedback inside your seat, which should help with finding the limits of grip and feeling your engine more. SRP Sim Racing Pro had a bunch of their pedals displayed. These are pneumatic pedals, which may seem a little bit weird because you don't want air in your brakes, but the feel on them was actually pretty good. I had a very lengthy explanation by the people there. A lot of it probably got lost in translation, but these pedals feel good, they look good, and the two pedal set is about 800 euros for the base model, so make of that what you want. Here are the pedals in action, of course, playing, I think it was a Assetto Corsa Competizione, but yeah, these feel pretty good, and there's a little bit more travel in those pedals than other pedals. Acelith, I don't know how you pronounce it. We know them from their mods for Logitech wheels. They also now have prototype wheels that will maybe be DIY projects. They also have like normal wheels that I could probably use with my Camus base, but it's really nice to see more and more companies make like proper aftermarket wheels for our bases. Grid Racing, similar to Sensit, but these guys actually use pneumatics. There's their seat, and in the seat are basically balloons that push you from the side, with the idea being giving you the experience of G-forces for longer than a normal motion system can actually offer. I had a go in this, it's pretty good. There's still a lot of work. This is an early prototype, but it feels quite good, quite convincing. It's not going to make you faster, it's more of an immersion thing, but I like the idea, and I would love to try it again if it's, you know, further progressed and more of a finished product. It's basically a compressor going to some tubes, probably a lot of clever valving in there, and some balloons, airbags to inflate on the side of you so you can actually feel G-forces. Asetec had the biggest booth at the event. I didn't actually get to try any of their stuff because the queues were massive, but they had so many first and third party wheels because that's their whole thing with their quick release. They have a bunch of everything, but they had an entire wall of RGB racing wheels, which I guess was pretty cool. They also had their pedals, the normal expensive Invicta, and they also had the special Pagani version, which is just silly expensive in my opinion for what is a mid-range pedal set from what I understand. Sabold had their P99 and S99 or G99, I can't remember the name, but this is a formula style sim rig, aluminium extrusion rig, but the sides are covered so dust won't get into the sides. I like that, I think, but mostly it looks super comfortable, and the seats have these very bright cushion inserts, so they actually look very good. They stand out a lot, especially this GT setup here with the bright yellow. Stuff looks incredible and was very comfy as well. P1, they have their Mistral pedals at the booth. Again, heel buckets. I would love to get me some heel buckets. I think it's a good idea to have those, but I didn't get to try these pedals either. I also didn't try their wheels on a sim rig, but I did push some buttons and twist some dials, and they actually feel pretty good. They were a lot stiffer than I thought, so my fingers even slipped off. Fanatec's nicest product at the booth is this Aston Martin. I don't know if it's a real car or just like a show car, but it was there. And then we have Conspit, a company that most people probably never heard of. Their naming scheme is incredibly basic, but they had some interesting rigs there with hydraulic pedals and a lot of different simulators, like this projector-based simulator, which was pretty cool to see. I kind of don't understand why more people don't go with this. If you have a dark environment to play in, this could be the way forward. These are their fanciest pedals with vibration motors and hydraulics and like a dual stage clutch sort of system. Would love to give those a proper go as well. But that is basically it for me for now. I'm going to show another replica wheel right now. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.